Dear Earth 2 players and community, in this vlog we'll be introducing details about the second EcoSim building, the Lignator. As mentioned in our previous blog, we plan to showcase more Phase 2 buildings over coming weeks and months to introduce our players to the look, feel, size, and purpose of each EcoSim building. After researching the Lignator blueprint in the research lab, players will be able to place it on their property as a hollow building. After this placement, the player can command construction droids to use previously woven resources required to complete the construction of the Lignator on their property. In its most basic form, the Lignator will have a rectangular footprint spread across two tiles, located directly next to one another. It can be loaded with wood and fresh water in order to create construction wood building blocks. Construction wood will be a key requirement for creating almost every other EcoSim building, making it not only an important building block overall, but one that will be required early in the tech tree to progress with creating other types of EcoSim buildings. At Earth 2, we strive to provide footage of exactly how 3D objects will appear in-game, and you can expect these particular examples to look like this on a massive scale and be player customizable inside the 1-to-1 scale 3D digital replication of the planet Earth we're developing. It's important to understand the buildings we are currently showcasing are Phase 2 buildings. Phase 2 was originally intended to be released in 2D on our webpage using our website map view for location-based play, and then later transitioned to our 3D world closer to Phase 3. However, this plan changed thanks to the progress made by our talented team on creating the foundation for our digital Earth. Because of this progress, we're now focusing efforts toward releasing the first version of E2v1 much earlier than we originally anticipated, meaning we'll actually be able to begin introducing 3D gameplay throughout Phase 2. Though it'll be an ongoing work in progress after E2v1 is released, we still feel this approach will best allow us to share the journey more closely with our players, and certainly keep things more interesting as we slowly build toward bigger things, and then Phase 3 over coming years. Earth 2 is founded on the concept of real-world geolocations corresponding to user-generated digital environments, which can be bought, sold, customized, and produce digital goods. One such digital good will be raw materials, which can be copied from what is found in the geological and ecological footprint of a property. This means if your land on Earth 2 is located where a gold mine exists on Earth 1, for example, your property will have the ability to replicate more gold than other properties which do not have that direct geolocational link to gold. The EcoSim will start with 8 resource types that can be replicated into raw materials, but this list will expand over time, and it's too early to rule out other real-world geolocational perks for properties as our metaverse grows. Every player-owned tile will have access to at least one resource which can then be copied and replicated into raw materials, and be used toward creating building blocks via EcoSim buildings. Building blocks are processed raw materials, and as such, they're resources inside and outside of the economic simulation. In some cases, they need to be researched, and they're necessary for the construction of all but the most basic of buildings. As the EcoSim enters higher tiers, building blocks will become ever more diversified, specialized, and complex. Raw materials and building blocks have a fixed place in both the production chain as well as the economy of Earth 2, and players will be able to transport and trade these and more between one another. In this video, we also provide the first glimpse of one transportation method inside of Earth 2, one we simply call the hover car for now. Upcoming videos will display other types of vehicles we've created to date, which can be used for various transportation methods. We thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and invite you to continue following us for more upcoming details about Earth 2, the EcoSim, and more.